If you're still duct taping tools like Retell AI, N8N, Stripe, and custom dashboards, you're building your AI agency completely backwards. I'm super excited you're here because after automating well over 400,000 calls and scaling to multiple $10,000+ months as an AI agency owner, I'm sick and tired of seeing other AI agencies burn out from their own success. And that's because I've discovered the one tool that will make you question everything you thought you knew about running an AI agency. Now, the tool I'm talking about is ChatDash. So first of all, you're probably wondering, do I even need this software in the first place? I already have all these different software subscriptions already. And to answer that question, I'm actually going to describe exactly what ChatDash is and what it does, as well as who it's meant for, to make sure it's actually the right fit for you and you can understand everything it has to offer. What ChatDash actually excels at is something I call complete agency automation. So let's compare this to Pokemon since we're talking about evolutions. At the most basic level, we have Charmander. This is where most AI agencies are stuck. You're still duct taping Retell AI, N8N, and Stripe billing together. You're emailing clients their invoices. And on top of that, you're emailing them for all their login credentials, stuff like their Google account logins. And then to top it all off, you're sending them some custom Google Sheets dashboard that looks like crap. And you can build actually really good AI agents, except you really can't scale past 2 or 3 clients without major operational issues. Then next up is Charmeleon, and this is where you start to get a bit more sophisticated. This is where you've integrated a few tools and you have some automations running to make the process a lot smoother, but you're still manually onboarding clients, you're emailing them for API keys and login info, and you're spending tons of money on a bunch of different software subscriptions. But then we get to Charizard, and this is complete agency automation with ChatDash. This is where you take a client from saying yes on that initial sales call to actually deploying their AI agent and then billing them all under one unified platform and under your own custom domain. And you can replicate all that work you did for that one client across every other single client you sign. Everything is connected, everything works together, and you can scale without adding more complexity to your existing agency. And this is where ChatDash really excels. It lets you build agents, automate workflows, templatize them, and deliver them through white label dashboards and monetize everything automatically through that same white label dashboard. You don't have to worry about any more make.com or N8N bills. There's no more broken integrations or copying and pasting it to different clients. Everything just works. So if you're running an AI agency in 2025, and especially going into 2026 and beyond, you can't just be building AI agents anymore. You can't be making clients sign up for their own N8N or make.com accounts and having them email you their login credentials. Clients now need the complete package, and that means building systems and using tools that actually work together cohesively. And ChatDash actually gives you that complete package in just one platform. Now, 10 seconds about me. My name's Tommy Christ. I've automated over 400,000 calls through my AI agency, Rose AI, and I've been in this space for almost 2 years now, and I can proudly say that ChatDash is the thing that is now letting me scale my agency to new heights. I spend a lot of time in this platform, and I'm pretty good at teaching it from a practical perspective of someone who actually uses it as an agency owner. So if you want to see exactly how ChatDash can transform your agency, this is your video. The first thing we need to do though is cover what ChatDash actually does from a high level and make sure it's actually the right platform for you. Because here's the thing, ChatDash isn't for everyone, and I'd rather be upfront about that than have you sit through this entire video and waste your time. So I'm going to be breaking down exactly what this platform replaces, who should be using it, and who should probably stick with their current setup. Now, ChatDash might not be for you if you're fine with just a super simple client dashboard and sort of duct taping all these automations together. And if you're fine with only having a couple clients, maybe 4 or 5 max, and really not scaling your agency. Lastly, ChatDash may not be for you if you're dedicated to really only being a freelancer and not building a brand or a company. Now, I know this will be a concern with all of you because you're so used to building on stuff like N8N, make.com, Retell, VoiceFlow, Vappy. ChatDash actually doesn't replace all those platforms unless you absolutely want it to. You can actually integrate all those platforms with ChatDash, which is a lot different than the other white label dashboards out there. And so even if you don't want it to replace one part of your automation stack or your agent stack, you don't have to let it. And you can still utilize all the other features ChatDash has. And so I would recommend ChatDash for you if you already have any clients. Even if it's just one, I think ChatDash and getting started with it and sort of building out that framework for your agency is perfect. 2, you should get ChatDash if you are serious about scaling your agency to new heights and you want to do it quickly. And then 3, you should get ChatDash if you're actually dedicated to providing a superior service to your clients. And lastly, 4, you should get ChatDash if you actually want to scale out of just being a freelancer and building these AI agents for companies. And if you want to build a real brand, agency, and ultimately a real company that you can own and eventually sell. So now with that out of the way, you should be in that second category of people who are serious about building an AI agency and scaling it. And so in this video, I'm going to show you the exact features ChatDash has that helps you do that. I'm going to have 5 different demos in this video showing off the 5 core features I think are most important in ChatDash. Now, I want to be upfront, this will not be a fully comprehensive video. ChatDash is a really dense platform with a ton of features. If you would like a deep dive on any of these features or specific aspects of this video, make sure to join my free community. You can message me there or make a post. You can also hop in my weekly Q&As every Friday. So here's how this video is structured. Demo 1 will show you the client onboarding experience and how it looks for you setting up a new client account. Demo 2 will be the build section, where I actually show you how to create and assign an AI agent to that client. Demo 3 will be the automate section, where I'll go over ChatDash's native automation and workflow builder. Demo 4 will be the deliver section, where I'll show you a full walkthrough of what the client actually sees on their end. And then Demo 5 will be in the monetize section, and I'll show you all the features they have for automated Stripe billing and all the ways you can charge all the new clients you're going to be getting using ChatDash. And so if you actually want to follow along with me doing this, please sign up for ChatDash using the link below. It's an affiliate link for me, and it really helps me and the team at ChatDash out when you use it. And that way, if you ever request support from them, you actually get the option of custom support from me instead of their team if you prefer me, my videos, spoil me a bit, and actually sign up with my link. And so let's hop back into it. Now, when you first sign up for ChatDash, you'll be prompted a couple things such as choosing your agency name and stuff like that. But once you're done with all that, this is the screen you will see. Hopefully you actually have a custom domain for your agency already. This is what you'd host your actual website on. And I want you to make an actual custom dashboard for your agency. Now, I've already connected mine, but the instructions here are super simple. I named mine control.arose.ai. So if any of my clients ever go to this link, they're prompted to log in using their client credentials. Now, so let's say you want to add a new client. You would come up here, click new client, and you fill out all this information. So the client name, I'm just going to call demo 1. You can add 2-factor authentication. I'm not going to do that for now, but I will add their first member's name. So this is sort of the initial person. You can add more members after, but ask them, hey, I'm going to set up your account. What would you like your login, your email, your password to be? And then they can always change it thereafter. But the member name, I'm going to make test Tommy. The login ID will be Tommy123. Their email, I will just make my email, tommy@arose.ai. And then the password, I will make testing123 exclamation point. And then confirm that. And then create this client. Oh, my email's already in use. Let me use a different email of mine. And so boom, you can see the brand new client was created, and you can actually see exactly what it looks like from their side in their client dashboard, but I'll talk about more on that later. Now, once you have a client, there's a bunch of things you can do. What I'd recommend doing first is actually making sure all these client details are exactly as you want them. So you can always edit the client information here. You can add new members from that company's team down here. You can actually assign them AI agents, which I'll show you how to do in a second. You can add solutions, which we'll cover in demo 3, and you can control client access. And you actually get a lot more options here once you assign an agent. So I'll show you that in a second. And then lastly, you can add embedding domains and custom CSS to customize your entire client dashboard. Now, let's get into the real meat of ChatDash. Let's add an AI agent and assign it to our client. So here, when you come to agents, you want to add a new agent, you come here to add agent. You can either build a native agent using ChatDash's built-in AI capabilities and tools, or you can connect an external agent. We're going to build a native agent in this example. However, I want to show you if you do want to connect an external agent, they support all of these platforms, including custom, as well as obviously their own native platform. So let's say I use Retell AI. I already have an integration for Retell, and so it automatically knows all my Retell agents. However, if you don't, it's super easy to set up that integration. And if you don't even set up the integration, all you have to copy in is your API key and the agent ID you want to import. Now, if you wanted to build a native agent, you can come here and you can either build a single prompt agent or a conversational flow agent. If you do build a single prompt agent, I recommend using this appointment booking template because this is actually a prompt I custom made for the ChatDash platform. So if you come here and use this template, you will see a front end that is very similar to Retell AI. And that's because this is actually built on top of Retell AI and it doesn't cost anything additional to you. It's just native within ChatDash. So when you get the ChatDash subscription, you actually get a whole other UI to use Retell AI. And so I won't go into fully on how to build an AI agent in this. I already have a ton of tutorials on building AI voice agents on my YouTube, so you can check those out. But I do want to mention they also have these widget and AI analysis tabs, which are a bit different than the actual Retell platform. And they obviously have all the features you would expect from Retell, including testing the agent. Once you have this appointment booking agent, name it something you'll remember. So I'll put it as demo YouTube because that's what I'm currently doing. Now, if you come back to clients, and you come over here and click assign agent, you'll see all the agents of all your clients. Now, you want to search up the one, sorry, I forgot to publish it. And so here, you just type in the name of the agent, and then you can click here and assign it. Boom. And now that you have assigned an agent, you will see all of them right here. And so for this other test, you can see this kind voice agent was assigned. And now when you go to the client details, you'll actually see all the assigned agents. You can assign an agent from here. You'll see all the phone numbers they actually have available to them. You can limit how many phone numbers they actually purchase. And you now have the ability to configure everything that is visible from their client dashboard based on which agent they have. So if you have multiple agents, you can actually control, whether they have access to those agent settings, to outbound campaigns, to the knowledge base, or you can keep all that hidden from the client and run it all on the back end. On top of that, you can give them access to control the phone numbers and the actual workflows for connecting to that AI agent. Now, the real power in this is this gives you the flexibility, depending on the client and what they want, for you to be done for you agency where you build everything for them and they don't see any of the back end. Or if they're more interested in maintaining it, it can be a DIY setup where you're still charging them monthly, but they have access to change everything that they want. This is super powerful. This is something you really don't have the choice of choosing between with using any other platform, certainly not with the sort of Frankenstack of using make.com, N8N, all those together. And so this is super cool. This lets you really position your product and your agency and your brand in really unique ways. So now that we've actually built an agent, we've assigned it to a client, let's take a look at the workflows section. Now, this is by far the densest section of all of ChatDash. And it's really cool. It's something that I still have to really get familiar with and, entirely wrap my head around. So I'd love to make a more in-depth video on this if you guys are interested. So here you'll see a couple of different tabs: solutions, automations, apps, history, and the solution builder. Now, the cool thing about ChatDash and their workflows is that when you actually assign a solution to a client, they are able to then authenticate it all from their side. And so all you have to do is build one automation once and assign it to 10 different clients. And instead of going back and forth getting their login credentials, they just click one authenticate button, log in with their Gmail, and you have to touch any of that information and everything starts to work. And so the way this workflows is actually built, and the best way I can just explain it, is that solutions are a package of different automations together. So for example, if you run an AI voice agency, it's very likely that you'll have both a post call function, maybe uploading data to a Google Sheet or sending an email every time you get, a good lead or an appointment booked. And you'll have an appointment booking function that actually goes through the process of checking what calendar is available and booking it into a calendar. You can bundle both of those together into a solution package. You can actually see that in the solution builder here. I have this basic receptionist package, and assign that to every single client you have so that you don't have to keep copying and pasting new automations. And like I just said, since you don't have to authenticate it for them or connect their accounts for them, you're able to do that at scale with no added cost or time investment to you. And so ChatDash very nicely has some marketplace solutions, common ones such as appointment booking through Google, appointment booking through GHL, as well as a call summary through Gmail. Now, if you wanted to create your new automation like I did here, you would just click here. You can see this is a full automation builder in here. And there's no worries about messing around with webhooks because your trigger completely comes from this customer connector node, and you control every event, especially with voice AI agents, such as the actual call ending. And then you decide on the account you want. So demo 1, continue. You choose your agent ID, which you can just select from here. And so again, this is the real power of ChatDash and everything being connected. We don't have to go back and forth, find our agent IDs, everything like that, because it already knows it. It's native to ChatDash. Even if you integrate it with Retell, it would still pop up there. You won't need to copy and paste an agent ID. Now, let's add an action. Let's say we want to send a Gmail, and let's send an email. And you can connect your test account. I recommend connecting your own account to this, and then when you duplicate it to your client's dashboards, it actually won't be your account. It'll ask them to re-authenticate it. So if you continue here, and then I'm just going to fill in all these fields real quick. And so I just filled in all of those. If you want additional fields, you can turn off light mode and you can see these sort of non-required fields, but this is all we need for now. And so let me save this. And so boom, I have this automation and it's ready to actually be put onto all my clients' accounts now. So let's actually test that it works first though. So now I took it out of Canvas view and I'm able to test this Gmail step to make sure it works correctly. All of that data looks good. Continue with selected data. Now let's check my Gmail and see if this looks all right. And boom, you see we just got this welcome to ChatDash email. So now going over here to the solution builder, again, this is where you build these packs to actually send and assign to your clients. I already built this one, basic receptionist, but if you wanted to create a new one, you basically just enter a name. So let's just name this test. You can add a description, and this way, when your client goes to the marketplace and decides which solution they need, they can choose this. I will say ChatDash is the best. Save that. And then you go to the solution scenarios, add a scenario. You can choose from all the automations you have actually built. So this was our new automation. We didn't name it, but we will name this scenario now. I'll name it just test, and I'll add some random description in here. Again, you'll actually want to do this properly when onboarding a client, but this is all for demonstration purposes. And so once you're done and you've added all the solutions you need, you just need to click this to create a share link. Confirm. And now that you have this share link, you don't actually have to send this anywhere. This just means it's fully published. Now, I do want to mention, you see this warning, editing is prohibited. You can actually go back and edit this solution, but what you can do is add a new version on top of it. And basically that acts the same as editing it. So now let's go back to our client. Let's go in here and make sure they have access to everything they need. So I'm just going to give myself full access here. And then if you go actually into the client, you come here to solutions, you can assign a solution to them. So we want to look at these descriptions, see which one we want to assign them. I want to assign them this test one that we just built. And then if I come in here and preview this client's dashboard, I can come in here to workflows. I can come in here to the marketplace, and this actually shows up in their marketplace to install. And so if they install this, it'll get set up with them. They need to connect their own customer connector account and grant access to their Gmail. And so you can see here, you don't actually have to get their Gmail credentials. All you have to do is have your client on their end, hit grant access, click on their email, and boom, everything is set up for you. And they can now send and receive emails with full permissions without you actually having to get all that information over Gmail. Now, you can actually also give them access to create their own automations. They can view their automation history in here. They can control the phone numbers for their AI agents. They can even buy phone numbers through here. If I increase the limit, they could. And they can view the dashboard for their agent. So now, looking at this agent dashboard, you can see you have all these metrics. They're actually able to edit this layout, as well as I want to make sure you guys understand you're able to edit all this on your end as well so that your client doesn't need to do any of this. You control all of this functionality. I want to make sure that's really clear because sometimes it can get confusing what is actually on the client's end of the dashboard in ChatDash and what's on your end of everything. And I just want to remind you guys is that the client won't see anything you don't want them to see. They won't build anything you don't want them to build. And you have full access and full transparency over everything. As well as this domain up here will not be ChatDash. It will be whatever your agency's name is, Rose AI. And so you can see here, you're able to edit the layout, you're able to add charts, and there's a couple templates for you to use. Now here in this conversations tab, this shows every conversation with the AI agent will show up here. Here you can see the knowledge base where you can upload knowledge bases for this AI agent. Topics is a way of sorting calls and conversations with the AI agent. And so you just add the topic name and description. And that way it's able to sort it. So stuff like good lead, good call, successful, unsuccessful, anything like that. Here you have leads, which will be sort of either you can upload a bunch of leads for your AI to call and it'll save it all here, or inbound calls will also be saved here under leads. And then this campaigns tab, which is one of my personal favorites for ChatDash because it instantly adds more value to your AI agents. Now this campaigns tab is for making outbound calling campaigns. So you upload a CSV of all your leads, or you could call people from the actual leads tab, and you decide all the calling days, the calling hours. It'll actually only call people during those hours and those days as you would expect. And one of their best features for outbound calling is the phone numbers, because if you select multiple phone numbers, it'll actually cycle through them. If you're not familiar with outbound calling, you make a bunch of outbound calls, it's really easy to burn your phone numbers and get them marked as spam. So if you're able to choose from 10, 15 different phone numbers, it's really unlikely, because ChatDash cycles through them, for those to get marked as spam. Whereas if you only had one phone number, it would get marked as spam really quickly. And then lastly, you can actually have auto time zone acknowledgement from ChatDash so that it'll see whatever phone number it's calling. It'll make sure it only calls them between the days and hours based on their own time zone, or you could select the time zone manually yourself. And then again, all these features just really outbound calling friendly. The retry attempts and intervals, so you can control how many times you follow up and call people on this list, and after how many hours it actually takes you to do that. And you can actually make it like 0.5 to make it 30 minutes. And the kicker of this, if you set this retry interval for, let's say 8 hours, and your retry attempts are 3, it won't call you in the middle of the night. It'll actually stop once it hits 5 o'clock and then start counting that retry interval again. Call one of your leads maybe at noon if the last call had been the day prior. And then you can also adjust the calling rate. So that's it for campaigns. And then they're under agent settings, they actually have their full AI agent builder in here, white labeled to your own company. I mean, you control the colors. You can see mine are like this purple pinkish because that's my Rose AI branding. You just give your clients the full package. It's so much better than what you were doing before as an agency. Now, lastly, let's talk about their Stripe billing feature. This is one of their coolest features. They've processed over $500,000 in AI agency billing to clients already, and that was before V2 even came out. So I'm really excited to see what they do here. But what you have to do here is just connect your Stripe account. They have a full tutorial showing you exactly how to do it right here and making sure you're all good with that. Then once you connect it, what you want to do is create a product. If I wanted to create a brand new product, there are a ton of different ways to actually bill people. So let me just go test. You can include the tax in the price, but you have a couple different pricing models. You have this base subscription fee, which you should be familiar with. That's just charging X amount of dollars monthly. And then you also have usage-based, which is priced per minute or interactions. And so you can see that here, conversations, or value-based, which means you're billing them based on how many good leads there are. And then you also have one-time fees, where you can bill them, say, a $5,000 setup fee. Now, you are able to assign multiple products to a client, so you could charge them a setup fee and then this base subscription. And the cool thing about a base subscription is you're able to add usage limits and overage. So if they go over, say, 100 minutes for the month, then they are charged at, let's say, 5 cents per extra minute. And so you can create all of that, but for our example, I just created a simple $100 a month outbound calling subscription But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to use this one I created a while ago on ChatDash. This $300 a month with this usage limit and overage of 5 cents per minute. And if you want to assign this to a client, you would hit create subscription, select the client you want, select the agent you actually want to apply it to, so you could have different subscriptions for different agents. You'd select the product. So I'm going to choose outbound calling because I didn't publish the other one. And so we'll just go with that. The start date, you can put as any day. I'm going to start today, and you can see if they have any coupons or collect tax. You can create that subscription. Now, the cool thing about that is if you actually log in, you'll see they aren't able to do anything in their dashboard until they add payment and actually pay you for your services. They aren't able to do anything. And if you click to add payment, it will take them to this secure, Stripe billing portal. And so now you have everything you need to get started with your agency the right way through ChatDash. If you want to keep learning more about this, make sure to join my community down below, and please sign up for ChatDash using my link. It helps me a bunch. I'll see you guys in the next video.